Hello YouTube, Dave here again, and I know it's been a while and it's good to be back. But real quick update before we get into the subject of today's video. First, I've been looking to do videos for the last couple of days, but the neighbors across the street are getting some of their trees taken down, something that admittedly we need to get done sometime this year as well. But if you hear like chainsaws or they mulch up the branches and stuff like that, so if that gets loud and you can hear it in the video, I apologize. But it's been like 3 days now, and I just want to kind of get back into it. And furthermore, just in regards to the knee issue, I've been able to walk on it for about a week now, and it is a process. It's really weird how just like not putting weight on it or not really using it for 2 months, how different it feels to be walking on it again. Like the leg gets kind of tired after a while. I think just like the muscles probably atrophy a little bit from not like bearing any weight or being used for 2 months. And I still get sore on occasion, though it's not like a sharp, piercing pain. It's just more it gets achy and stuff like that if I'm on it too much. But it's still all positive news, and I'm free of the crutches. I'm able to move around a little bit more. I can take my 2.5-year-old Springer out for peas and stuff like that. I'm not comfortable going on full walks just because of how icy it is here still. So that's more of a psychological than a physiological thing. But anyway, we're not here, I guess, to talk about that. But I am back. I am looking forward to start working more regularly on videos. Try to get 1 or 2 videos out a week for the next little bit and see if we can start ramping up as time goes on. So the subject of today's video is, recently I received a copy of the Coriolis, the Great Dark role-playing game from Free League. So I want to thank them for sending this my way. I will do a proper review at some point in the near future, but we had talked about this a while ago. And they said they were going to send a copy out after it got released. I hadn't heard anything back from them, so I actually did buy my own copy of it. But I generally like to have at least 2 copies of books if I go to run like a role-playing game, so I can have one on the table for the players to reference and one for myself to reference, so I'm totally okay with that. Like I said, we're not here to talk about the actual core rulebook today because I haven't had a huge chance to go through and kind of read through it as of yet, but it does seem like a very interesting, like, atmospheric sci-fi RPG. But what I am here to talk about is they released a box set that just came out a few days ago, called The Flowers of Algorab. I hope I'm saying that right, or Algorab, or I'm going to go with Algorab. But this is for the latest version. The Great Dark is the newest edition of the Coriolis RPG. There was another version, the name of which, like, it has a subtitle that I can't remember off the top of my head. But the Great Dark doesn't necessarily require knowledge of the previous edition because it takes place in a different region of space and sort of has its own unique sort of background and setup. So it's not something where you need to know exactly what was going on in the other edition to figure out what's going on in this one. And there are some cool kind of aspects about it. They have like a reverence of birds, and that's like a weird sort of thing that like every character has, like this bird that follows them or is part of their character creation, I guess. Again, I don't know a whole lot about it, but I think it's kind of like the sort of like an evolution of the canary in the coal mine type of thing, and that the birds can alert them to certain dangers and things of that nature. So yeah, it just seems kind of interesting. It does use the year 0 mechanics, so like the dice mechanics and stuff I'm already fully aware of. But yeah, this looks like a really nice book, and I do want to learn more about it. I just haven't had a great opportunity to sit down and read it. We did get a new puppy, and it's hard to have books upstairs when she's around because right now she just turned 3 months, and full-on teething, full-on piranha mode right now. So I try to keep things away as best I can. But today we're going to look at the box set here, The Flowers of Algorab, and we'll unbox and see kind of what's in here. This isn't a starter set. This is like a campaign, but it does come with some things that you would find in starter sets, like official dice and some handouts and things of that nature. So it's something that, They had me at box set. Same reason I ordered one of the Twilight 2000 expansions. That's still on pre-order. If it comes in a box, then you've immediately roused my interest in it, sort of thing. But yeah, let's take a look here. So the death of an old ruined delver and a missing stone tablet marked the beginning of a strange set of events in the depths of the city ship, which is the campaign setting for the main new edition here. You can kind of see it on the cover there. Soon the explorers are drawn into a web of intrigue and ancient secrets that threaten the very fabric of the Lost Horizon itself. Oh, Lost Horizon, that might have been the name of the last version of the RPG. The Flowers of Algorab is a complete campaign set for Coriolis, the Great Dark RPG, where the explorers will partake in investigations in the city ship, embark on perilous expeditions, and travel down the Hammurabi Arm in search of lost secrets. This box set contains the campaign book, expedition booklet, including information for the players about great ships and the system of the Hammurabi Arm, a large full-color map of the Lost Horizon and Ship City, a map of the charted space, or of the charted sphere, delve maps and handouts, blueprints for the great ships Akonder and Rigel. I think it's Rigel. Blueprints of a Grasshopper shuttle and a Rhino rover, 9 base dice and 3 gear dice, deck of custom cards for initiative, gear, and discoveries, cardboard tokens for blight supply and expeditions. So, really cool stuff. I don't have the retail price on the top of my head. I meant to write that down before I sat down to start recording, but I completely forgot to do so. So I will try to include it in the description. I'm going to pull the price off of the Free League website. In the past, I've gone to like other online stores that I purchase things from, but they do price things slightly differently. So I'm going to go with the official price from the Free League site, which I think is going to be in US dollars. And I'll put that in the description. If I forget, please somebody remind me, because my memory is absolutely horrendous. But let's go ahead and take a look at the box set here, see what's included. And like I said, this isn't going to be a review or anything. This is just the unboxing, so I can spend some time with it here. And hopefully I'll get a review out at some point in the near future. I do have a couple of other unboxing videos I'm going to be recording right after this one. That should be uploaded in the next few days, and later this week. I'm recording this on Wednesday. So either Thursday or Friday, I'm going to record my One Ring starter set Saturday video. I already have everything figured out that I want to say, and it's just a matter of sitting down and actually doing the recording there. But here we go. So that is the box. Just discard this plastic here. And let's open it up. So first impression, these are like, Free League has like really nice, sturdy, like thick cardstock box design. So these things are pretty durable. I'm happy about that. We do have our silica gel, which we're also just going to toss there. And we've got our dice, thankfully, in a resealable bag. So we got the 3 black gear dice. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, 9 of the other ones there. So really cool to see all of that and have like the official dice here. Any of them going to show? So there's one. So there's like your success symbol. The one, I think, on the gear dice. If you roll, I mean, I don't want to go too far because I haven't read the rules, but I know, like, I think it's in Mutant Year Zero, or at least the Warzone's miniatures game. If you roll a 1 on your gear dice, then it damages your weapon or your item. So we'll have to take a look and kind of see how that goes. But really nice dice set. I like kind of like the ivory color that they have there, and then the black for the gear dice. We do have our card sets, and I'm not going to go through all the cards right now because I don't have anything to wrap them up in, so I don't want them sliding around in the thing. But you got the initiative cards, which would probably go 1 through 10, and then you got the gear cards that would have a picture of the item on one side and then the stats of it on the other. So it's really good. Like the Alien RPG, Blade Runner, like a bunch of their different games have these kinds of cards, so they're really, really cool. And we do have our catalog here, so as is customary, I'm going to go through and identify the RPGs that I have. So we got the Alien Evolved Edition, and the brand new version of the game. Along with Blade Runner, I have those. I've got the One Ring and Lord of the Rings role-playing, in particular the starter sets. Dragonbane, I do have Coriolis now, the Great Dark, along with Vossen and Symbaroum. I don't have all of those things for Symbaroum, but I do have... actually, I've got, 3 or 4 books for Symbaroum, including the core, monster book, the starter set, and then I've got, like, the 5e ruins of Symbaroum. I don't have those. I do have the Electric State. Actually, I picked that up around the holidays. I don't know if I showed it off in a video. Just because of, I think it was around the time that I was injured. I can't remember if I got it before then or not, but I do have that. I don't have Tales from the Loop yet. I really do need to get that. I do have Twilight 2000 and The Walking Dead. I have the Forbidden Lands on the way. It was an extra on one of the Kickstarters that I backed from Free League that I added on to my pledge. I do have the Mutant Year Zero and the Zone Wars, and I don't have any of the Borg games. But all right. And, oh boy, oh my goodness. This book is hefty. It's a nice glossy cover there. This will probably be, well, actually, you know what? It's not picking up fingerprints as bad as I guess a little bit, but it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. And the pages are mostly white. There's some black pages in there as well, but wow, that is a thick... So this is a beefy campaign. We're coming in at almost 200 pages. What do we got here for the final page count? 192 pages, including like indexes and stuff like that. But man, that is a thick book. I like the cover on it there. It's just very nondescript, but still really cool looking nonetheless. I do wish that the spine had like the name of the Flowers of Algorab on it, just if you wanted to display it outside of the box. Some people do that. There was a time when I used to do that. I don't anymore. Expedition booklet. So this is the stuff that the players would have access to. And again, there's some like really nice artwork. One of the things I've always been impressed with when it comes to Free League is their art style and art direction, and how it just like really captures sort of the feel or the essence of what you're like the type of game that you're trying to portray. So I've always been really impressed with their artwork. And they have a few different artists, a few different styles, but there's some awesome stuff that they do. And then we got our schematics and our tokens. Oh, and a token popped out. Not to worry. I'll see if I can get like a little Ziploc bag to put them all in, but we got some tokens and stuff there. So that was at the bottom. We'll put that right back in. We do have our map. So the Ship City. Okay, that is the full map. Okay. Perfect. You can kind of see it there. And then we have like the star system on the other side there. So that looks fantastic. And then we've got our... Oh, nice. Okay. So we got some schematics on one side, but we actually have some maps on the other side. Hex grid maps. So that's really cool. We'll try to put this right side up here. So we have the charted sphere. And then the Rigel on the other side. So some really nice maps in here. I like that. I guess I should have seen, does this have a... Yeah, there we go. That's how we'll organize it there. And then we got the Algorab arm. And I think that's... Okay, that's a single page. But it's nice thick. Like, it's actually really thick paper stock. Almost like a thin card stock. So really high quality stuff here. And there's some handouts that I probably shouldn't show in case they spoil too many things. But yeah, nice, really nice, again, quality of everything. Like, they could have always just used regular, like the same kind of paper stock that they use inside of the books, for example. Like they could have used that for their handouts, and I don't think too many people would be upset with it. But again, like the quality of work that Free League puts into their production, in terms of the materials that they use, the presentation, the layout, the art direction, just about everything that they do was really, really impresses me. And I can easily say that Free League today is probably my favorite RPG company of all the ones out there. I think they produce top quality stuff. I'm always impressed and blown away. And they managed to take, like, I know this one, I don't think this is a licensed property, but things like their Blade Runner game or Alien or even something like The Walking Dead, which I kind of drifted away from and wasn't really consider myself a fan of anymore. Even just looking through like those books and that starter set makes me want to get back into watching those. We even have the first season, the first one or two seasons, I think, available on a thing that my wife has set up for us there. So it's I mean, Free League, like, so they're one of the, I don't think you're going to be disappointed if you invest in a Free League product here. The rules are very simplistic, which is great. You can get a lot of mileage out of them, but you don't get bogged down by them. And I find that they run really easily and smoothly because of it, because you're not having like rules questions pop up very often. The first few times that you're rolling your dice, like, you might have some questions about it, but as time goes on, like, you really settle in. And I've had, like, I just recently ran an Alien game for a group that's never played it. And I don't know if any of them have really even played any of the other Free League, like Year Zero style RPGs, but, they took to it real quick. Like, there's just a few minor things that came up, but, that's stuff that I would just remind them of. Like, for example, stamina rolls didn't use stress dice for, like, death saves and stuff like that. But, man, like, just their systems are simple but fun. And their production quality is truly incredible. So, like, this was something that I had seen that they had this game out before. I was kind of interested in it, but, like, I wasn't fully convinced. And then, like, so as I just got more and more Free League games, it's like, I started with the licensed stuff, and then I was able to start comfortably branching out. And I'm really glad to have this in my collection now, the box set and the core rules. Again, thank you to Free League for sending me a copy of the core rules. I really appreciate that. And I will do a proper video going over them and sort of give you my thoughts on the system in the setting as a whole. Might be a little bit from now, but it is something that I will definitely get to as soon as possible. I just need to spend more time reading through this and getting a feel for it. But yeah, I'm really happy to have these. Really looking forward to this box set coming out. And looking forward to getting back and just recording videos. So once again, thank you all so very much for your time. I truly appreciate it. It's good to be back, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, take care.